The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
66.
Roethlisberger will throw. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
They'll look to run with Connor. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. No room to be had there on the first down run, as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Javon Hargrave there on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing, the O-line coach will.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here we go.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
That's a big shot. Hey, watch it. Kill.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. In the last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season, really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 4 receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4.
One, Omaha.
Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Garoppolo now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's 1st down. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
6 guys. 21. Here we go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
13.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. He was looking for Matthews that time. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Mike's 54. Mike's, hey, exit. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Check 3. No foul.
They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Jack 16. Two draw quarter.
Roethlisberger. And oh, look at that. A diving catch.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10 is counted. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd and 12, Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. He don't want it.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 3rd and 10 here to start things out.
Black 20. Knickers. Knickers. I'm going to run you over. No spacing. Alert.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. There he goes left side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Next to score, Steelers 14, 49ers 0.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10 at the 9-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right?
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at his own 10, and he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything.
Here we go.
And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Switch, Monday. Right there.
They'll run here with Connor, and he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
2nd and goal from the 1.
They're running it.
They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Boswell's kick is good. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Niners take over.
We play to win.
At their
Let's go.
own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with second and very long. To throw is Garoppolo. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
That's good for a 49er.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Garoppolo on first down. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be second and 11.
At the 36-yard line.
Here we go. Like 20!
Back to pass.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10.
Double dog. That's the way.
Check.
Check.
White.
Check. Deuce.
22 jet bomber.
You got tight right there. Watch 98.
Hey, alert! Check that out.
On play action, now Garoppolo. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Second and a yard at the 35-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Watch the shit. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Alert, alert. Protein spill.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. I got you. I got you, son. I got you, son. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Roethlisberger will hand the counter. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Easy, easy.
Right back to Connor here on 1st. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
22, 44.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
17 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Watch the screen.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Eric Armstead busting through to get him for a loss of 6. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. And the pressure gets to him again. Nick Bosa in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And now here's Switzer, the target, and he's got it. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Jordan Berry now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Here comes Pettis on the return. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Focus, defense, focus.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Bud Dupree in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Switzer on the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Ready? Black 20. Jack 16.
Let's go, D.
On first and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He'll fight a man over the middle. It's Washington. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Garoppolo, 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Garoppolo now. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
21.
There's Garoppolo to throw. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here we go.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
He's checking. Crash.
Garoppolo again. This one to Bourne out on the left side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Last year's NFL leader in field goal percentage, Robbie Gould, on for the Niners field goal. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt.
That's up. All way, baby, yeah.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead, but coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
That
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Connor. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Brings up 3rd down.
That 180.
Check. Block 54. And let's get that ball.
These two.
Check, Mike 54. Mike.
Hey, Zoo.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. 20. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away, now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Here we go. 180.
I'm coming after you.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Steelers' 11-yard line.
Here we go.
Final minute now of the third quarter.
Check. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Everyone's got 4 down.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. You know they'd love nothing more than to get a 3-and-out here after having the interception.
And it also tells you a little bit about how they feel about their leader, right? Their quarterback throws an interception in the previous series. They're trying to help him out here with a big stand.
Watch the twist.
It's Coleman here. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I'm coming after you.
80 weapon. Hey, turn it up.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I'm here all day.
Alert.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Like 80.
Mike 54.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Easy.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
On first down, it's Samuels. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Check. Watch 54. You can't block me.
Hey, alert.
Hey, one set.
On 2nd and 12, Roethlisberger over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Roethlisberger will throw. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. On 2nd down, Samuels. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 21.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Ready? Clock 20.
Mike 54. All right, here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there. Wide.
Give it first. Got to spin.
They'll try and run for it with counter. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
That's got to be a long day.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll try to run this one in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
2nd down and goal. Roethlisberger got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Ryan Switzer, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boswell for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Steelers 24, 49ers 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Here we
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
21.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former 5th-round pick. I remember that game, December against Denver. He had that monster first half, 210 yards. Did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharp's single-game record for a tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go. 180. 12. Check 52.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. His throw caught right around the 6. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards, the final tally.
First down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Here we go. 180. He can't hang. He's not going to get it.
They'll try to run this one in. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. They'll try to run with Breida, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal. They run again with Breida, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Matt Breida. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Snickers, 66. 66. Pull it high.
They start with a give to counter. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second. Down play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
And it brings up 3rd down.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Check. Hey, alert.
Roethlisberger to throw. And he finds McDonald. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And the Steelers first down.
Roethlisberger now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
Go!
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 47-yard line.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was due in large part once again to the play of big number 7, their quarterback Ben Roethlisberger.
And as you and I both know, there can be some really good Big Ben days. There can be some not quite as good Big Ben days. But they're always going to be exciting, aren't they? He makes plays. He stands in the pocket and delivers against a fierce rush. He can exit out at times. There's something special about that guy, and no game is out of reach when he's on the field.
So for Pittsburgh, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.